In Georgia, a dinner invitation rarely means just a quick meal and a quiet goodbye. It usually means hours at a table so full of food that more space has to be found. Dishes keep arriving even after the table looks completely impossibly full. An empty table in Georgian hospitality is considered a small embarrassment. The food, as impressive as it is, isn't really the main event. The real center of the evening is a single person, chosen to lead it. This is the Tamada, the toastmaster, and the feast doesn't properly begin without one. This whole tradition is called a Supra, which simply means tablecloth. No Supra, however small, happens without someone taking on the Tamada's role. And what a Tamada does is closer to poetry than small talk. So here's the real question. How did a dinner party turn into an art form? The answer starts with one of the oldest drinks in human history. Georgia is widely considered the birthplace of wine, with roots stretching back thousands of years. Archaeologists have found evidence of winemaking here dating back around 8,000 years. Wine here isn't simply a drink poured with dinner, it's treated as something closer to sacred. And at a Supra, wine is never sipped casually or on your own schedule. Nobody drinks until the Tamada raises a glass and proposes the very first toast. Only after that first toast does everyone else drink together in a shared rhythm. A good Tamada must be eloquent, quick-witted, and genuinely good with people. They're sometimes called the ruler of the table, though that's said with real affection. A better comparison might be a conductor, guiding the whole evening's rhythm and mood. Toasts move through familiar themes, to friendship, to family, to peace, to those who came before. Each toast can run for several minutes, woven through with stories and reflection. It isn't a quick clink of glasses. It's closer to a small, heartfelt speech. Guests are expected to listen closely and often to respond with their own words. If the Tamada calls out to a particular guest, that guest is expected to elaborate the toast. It becomes something like a gentle, warm-hearted contest of eloquence around the table. And through it all, the Tamada is expected to stay composed, never visibly overwhelmed. To understand why one dinner needs this much structure, look at Georgia's own geography. Georgia sits at a crossroads, bordered by larger neighbors and old trading routes alike. For centuries, it absorbed influences from many passing empires and cultures. Through all of that, hospitality became something Georgians treated as a point of real pride. An old Georgian saying holds that a guest is a gift sent directly from above. Welcoming a guest well wasn't just polite. It was treated as something close to sacred duty. The Supra became the clearest possible expression of that deep hospitality. Every dish, every toast, every hour at the table says the same thing. You matter here. The word Tamada itself likely arrived through trade and cultural exchange centuries ago. Formal records of the toastmaster tradition really solidify around the 19th century. But the underlying spirit, generous feasting paired with heartfelt words, runs much older. Toasting itself follows a loose but well-understood order most guests learn quickly.
An early toast often honors the moment itself, time, and the gathering of everyone present.
Later toasts turn toward family, then friendship, then those who came before. A skilled Tamada can sense the table's mood and adjust the pace as the night unfolds. Early toasts move briskly. Later ones slow down, growing warmer and more reflective. Singing often breaks out between toasts, sometimes layered, unplanned, and strikingly beautiful. Georgian polyphonic singing is itself internationally recognized for its distinct, haunting harmony. Music, food, and toasting all weave together into one long, unhurried evening. Nothing about a proper Supra feels rushed, even when it stretches past midnight. In 2017, the whole tradition of the Supra was formally added to Georgia's cultural heritage list. Recognition, essentially, that a dinner party had become something worth protecting. Modern life has understandably nudged some of this tradition to slow down a little. Weeknight suppers in busy cities rarely stretch across many hours anymore. But for real, celebrations, weddings, homecomings, holidays, the full Supra still comes alive. Being chosen as Tamada remains a genuine, well-earned honor among friends and family. Historically, the role almost always went to men, though that is slowly beginning to shift. Younger Georgians have started taking on the role themselves, adapting it for their own generation.
Some now blend old toasting traditions with more modern, casual styles of speaking.
The core expectation hasn't changed much. Speak from the heart and mean every word. Foreign visitors are often folded warmly into this tradition, sometimes on their very first night. A toast to new friendship and to the visitor's own home country usually comes early. It's disarming for many travelers, being toasted so warmly by people they just met. But that warmth is really the entire philosophy of the Supra in miniature. A stranger at the table stops being a stranger the moment the first toast is raised. Georgian communities abroad still gather for Supras, keeping the tradition alive far from home. Wherever Georgians settle, the tablecloth, the wine, and the toastmaster tend to follow. It travels well. This idea that a meal can be an act of genuine devotion. So step back and consider what's actually being served at a Georgian table. Not just food, and not even just wine, however central both clearly are. What's really being served is attention, elevated into something like ceremony. Most dinners treat conversation as something that happens around the meal, almost by accident. A Supra treats conversation as the entire point, with food simply making it possible. Every toast is really a small, deliberate act of paying attention to someone else, to their history, their friendship, their place at this particular table tonight. That takes real time, which is exactly why a Supra refuses to be rushed. You cannot properly honor a friendship in the length of a quick toast. So the evening stretches, unhurried, giving every sentiment the space it actually deserves. There's a lesson in that, even for tables far from Georgia's own borders. Words spoken quickly rarely carry the same weight as words given real room to land. You don't need a Supra, or wine, or a designated Tamada to borrow that idea, just the willingness to say what you actually mean, and to say it slowly. To toast a friend properly instead of rushing past the moment entirely. A Georgian table asks its guests for one simple thing: be fully present here. Everything else, the food, the wine, the songs, exist to support that one request. Somewhere in Georgia tonight, a glass is being raised and an evening is just getting started.